Hello there, Aquarius. I made a monthly reading for you for March of 2021. It went on 29 or 28 or 29 minutes. It was like really full in depth. It felt so good. The title I'm giving it is Breaking Out of Your Shell. It's like a rebirth time for you in the month of March. So I did that full length reading and I posted it on Vimeo. It's a platform that allows me to charge a couple of dollars for the reading, but I'm going to go over the major stuff in this video, the major stuff that came out, the major points of it. But I post videos throughout the month of. I should introduce myself. I'm Michelle B. I post videos throughout the month on lunar cycles. That's what I just finished, was the full moon in Virgo. I do weekly readings, and I do readings regularly on my three favorite subjects, and that's purpose, prosperity, and love. And that's what I'm going to be looking over in this major monthly reading as well. So yeah, go ahead and check that out over on Vimeo if you want to support my channel on YouTube. But in the meantime, let's go over what I found out in your reading. What I like to start with is what to embrace and what to leave behind for the month ahead, which informs the rest of the reading, where then I look at your purpose in your physical experience, your prosperity and abundance, all the stuff that makes your life, your quality of life, really nice and improves your adaptability and flexibility in your choices, and your love prospects, which is like in whether you're in a committed relationship right now, whether you're looking for a committed relationship, or whether you're perfectly happy being single. That all of these energies have to do with how you interact with yourself first, and then how you interact with others. And the messages can kind of overlap, so I get one card to look over all of it, and then when I do the big reading, I kind of fork off into those three scenarios. But I know that there's a spectrum of experiences that all you Aquarius are having. So breaking out of your shell, what to embrace for the month ahead. We got the Page of Pentacles and we got the Magician. So that energy is all about, I'm looking at my notes while I'm talking to you, that energy of these two exciting, I'm really seeing those pentacles, pentacle, right? About creating on an earthly plane, creating who you are in this lifetime, recreating yourself like you've been in a shell, right? Kind of hiding out, and it's time for a rebirth after a really challenging year. Like, I'm not the same person I was a year ago. I'm certainly not the same person I was 5 years ago. And you're like, I'm ready to step up. I'm ready to break out. I'm ready to do new things. I hear my son coming in, but that's okay. We're going to ignore him. Being a conduit, that the Magician is being a conduit for inspiration and allowing yourself to be an apprentice for trying out new things. It's okay if you want to come through here and lay down.
I'm just rinsing.
Okay. Anyway, what to leave behind? We got this sword, Ace of Swords in reverse, which is like the inability to communicate what you need. You're leaving that behind. You're going to start speaking up for yourself. Okay? You're going to start speaking up for who you are and what you need and what you desire just for you. That doesn't mean that you're going to be stomping all over anybody else's rights, because that's not what Aquarius is all about, right? It's about you, being allowed to be you. You see the warm sun lighting me up? It's so wonderful. Okay, so this is the energy that informs the rest of the reading. I'm breaking out of my shell. I'm trying new things. I'm allowing myself to be inspired by the universe, to do wonderful things in the world. But there's some hang-ups, and that's learning how to make my ego be quiet, right? When we're talking about the purpose, your purpose in the world, how you're making the world a better place outside of yourself, but you're loving it, right? It's not like I'm grinding away at something I hate to make the world a better place. It's something that's really lighting you up. It's something you really enjoy doing. But there's the ego is like, I like everything being the same. And if I never speak up, if I never stick my neck out, I will never have to be uncomfortable. And in the reading, I'm going to go over how to comfort your comfort that physical self that's afraid, that's scared of trying new things. How to make yourself feel better about the process. It's inevitable. It has to happen. And so It's a matter of taking baby steps and staying comfortable so you don't freak out in the process. Now, we in the prosperity and abundance, we have the Knight of Swords, and this is not someone else coming in that's got a bone to pick with you. It's you, remember, standing up for yourself. You communicating what you need. You deciding, I'm leveling up in the things that I want for myself. In my physical experience in this world, I want to level up. I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of being in poor health. I'm tired of not being able to do the things I want to do when I want to do them. I'm ready to start doing new things, and I'm not going to wait for somebody else to provide it for me. I'm going to go out and get it. I go in depth. I pull out more cards for each of these subjects, clarifying, getting great advice for you going forward in how to navigate all of that. Finally, for your love and your intimate connections, I got the Nine of Swords that came out, and that is representative of this vibration that I was talking about from before, where it's scary to speak up for yourself. It is scary for everyone to speak up for themselves, to communicate what they need. It's a lot easier to just quietly just do it and never have to say anything. But with our most intimate connections, they know what we're up to, right? And there could be a chance that Aquarius had connections from when things were less prosperous for them, from when they were just quiet and doing what they were supposed to do, playing the game according to how they're supposed to be doing things. And they had these intimate connections that were like, this is who you are, Aquarius. And reflecting off of that, as you're changing, as you're deciding to break out of your shell and try new things, they're like, who are you? Do I even know you anyway? Why do you think you can just do all these things? And you're just like, it's posing a kind of a challenge for you with your most intimate connections. I just want to be me. I'm ready for that. The Nine of Swords being here is saying, turn that idea that it's just you against the world into a prayer. So it's like, turn that hand over your face into like putting your hands together in prayer and asking for guidance from something beyond just yourself. The communication, the guidance, what you really need to hear will come in from the universe, from your higher self, or from God, and what it'll have to say will guide you and support you in these challenging times that you have in your connections with other people. Those of you who those people in your life that are meant to stay in your life will stay in your life. And if they're not, if they don't love you and the changes that you're going through, allow them to go, because they have their own journey to make. Okay, so this is where I leave off, Aquarius. If you enjoyed this, if you resonated with the messages that came out, go check out that Vimeo. It's only a couple bucks. So yeah, and it goes on. Gosh, I think it was probably my longest reading. It was almost like 29 minutes long. Love you. You are going to have a really great month. It's going to be full of great challenges that are going to be making you look back and say, wow, I did that. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, I'll see you later.